Hi there, welcome back. My name is Atia. So today we're going to do my March book haul. Now, if you recently watched my book haul part 1, you'll know that this is a 2-part video. In the first video, which I will have linked down below, I talked about the books and novels that I bought during the month. And in this video, I will be talking about the comic books and graphic novels that I purchased during the month of March. And there's quite a stack of them, so we're just gonna jump right into it. First, we have Persepolis, Volume 1, The Story of a Childhood by Marjane Satrapi. I hope I pronounced that correctly. This is about a girl living in Iran during the Islamic Revolution and her story of just kind of coming into girlhood during that time and seeing how that particular regime changed the way that her country, her school, even her family started to operate. It was I've already read it, but it was a very interesting read. I would definitely recommend it. And if you want to know more of my thoughts, you can head over to my March wrap-up. Next, we have Silk Volume 0, The Life and Times of Cindy Moon by... they just have their last name, so Thompson, Lee, Martello, and Ford. And this book is about Cindy Moon, who 10 years ago was bitten by the same radioactive spider that gave Spider-Man his powers. However, she was locked in a bunker for 10 years, and this is her story of kind of like re-entering society and also trying to find her lost family. I've already read this. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was amazing, and I'm looking forward to Volume 1. And I realized I didn't show you the inside of Persepolis, which I will right now. It's like black and white, but I think it does the story really well. It's does the story justice. And then in terms of Silk, the inside of this, I really enjoyed the artwork in this one. So yeah, the cool thing about this is that Cindy Moon is an Asian American female lead. So that's pretty cool as well if you're looking for more diversity in your comic book pleasure reading. Next, we have Zodiac Star Force by The Power of Astra. This is Volume 1 in this series. Volume 2 is coming out, I believe, in the summer. This is by Kevin Panetta and Paulina Ganucci. And so, fun fact about this is that I purely was interested in this and bought it simply because if you remember the show Witch from when I was a child when Witch was on TV, this is what this reminded me of. There's 5 girls, they have superpowers, and they're saving the world from things that don't belong in our world. And I was like, I'm nostalgic AF and this reminds me of Witch, so I'm going to buy it. Lo and behold, I found out that Witch actually has a graphic novel, so I started screaming, but in the meantime, I'll have this modern version. So essentially what it says is they're an elite group of teenage girls with magical powers who have sworn to protect our planet against dark creatures as long as they can get out of class. Known as the Zodiac Star Force, these high school girls aren't just combating math tests, they're also battling monsters. Not your typical after-school activity, but when an evil force from another dimension infects team leader Emma, she must work with her team of magically powered friends to save herself and the world from the evil Diana and her mean girl minions. So I think it's gonna be a great read. I've flipped through it a little bit and I love the artwork. This is just beautiful artwork. So I'm excited to get into this in the month of April. Next, we have Spell on Wheels by Kate Leff, Megan Levins, and Marissa Louise. This is about 3 witches who, their house was robbed, and so they're trying to go after, their house was robbed and someone took something from their house, and so they're going after them in hopes of finding them because there's some magical evil things that are happening. I don't want to read too much into it or read too much on the back, and I haven't started it, so I want to be surprised. One person said, who reviewed it on BookTube was it's a little Scooby-Doo-ish. They found that to be a negative thing. I don't know if it's Scooby-Doo-ish, but if it is Scooby-Doo-ish, I have a feeling I'll love it because I love Scooby-Doo. And I don't know if it's a series. I'm kind of hoping it is. Also, this artwork is just so great. I think that's becoming one of my favorite things about just acquiring all these graphic novels and comic books is just seeing all the different artwork and how they're all good and great but all different at the same time. Next, you have Mockingbird. This is a Marvel comic. One of those. Silk was Marvel. But Mockingbird is a Marvel comic. This is volume 1. I can explain. It is by Kane Niemczyk and Mustafa. Huh, interesting. And basically, Mockingbird is a former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. So it says, with a scientific mind and a lethal mastery of martial arts, Bobby Morse has always been one of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s best agents, but now she's going solo. Someone close to her is murdered. Bobby discovers some strange goings on in the peacekeeping organization's own medical and recovery network. But when Lance Hunter's undercover gig at the London Hellfire Club goes south, Mockingbird sets off, battle staves at the ready to save Hunter and the Queen of England. From helping out a teen driven bonkers by her own new powers to doing a little dog sitting, Bobby shows she's a woman of many talents. So I just thought this was super interesting. I don't know what any of this is, but yeah, seems promising. I'm excited. Next we have Misfit City Volume 1. Smothered by her backwater hometown and frustrated by its 1980s cult movie fame, Wilder is pretty sure she's seen everything Cannon Cove has to offer. She's desperate to get away from home as soon as she can and move on to bigger, better, and less annoying things, even if that means leaving her best friends behind. But when Wilder discovers a centuries-old pirate map, she may find out that real adventure was in their tiny town all along, and they need each other to get to the bottom of this. So I like it. I also found the cover to be really intriguing, and I feel like that tells a lot about what the artwork is like on the inside. So yeah, it's very comic strippy, if you know what I mean. But still cool. I'm excited. Next we have A Rat Queens Volume 1, Sass and Sorcery. This is by Curtis J. Weave and Rock Upchurch. And so I feel like you can sense this theme. I'm getting a lot of like female-led, female squad goals, graphic novels, and comic books. But this is Who Are the Rat Queens? They're a pack of booze-guzzling, death-dealing battle maidens for hire, and they're in the business of killing all the gods' creatures for profit. Meet Hannah, the rockabilly elven mage, Violet, the hipster dwarven fighter, Dee, the atheist human cleric, and Betty, the hippie smidgen thief. This modern spin on an old-school genre is a violent, monster-killing epic that is like Buffy meets Tank Girl in a Lord of the Rings world on crack. Okay, that's a hell of a description. But also that's definitely the reason I bought it, and also just look at this cover. I'm all about like girl squad goals, like all day, every day. Like this is great. I'm excited. What is this monster? Which gods are they talking about? Like, we gonna see. Next we have, this book is so bendy. Next we have Saga Volume 1 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. So this is essentially about these two people who fall in love. They're two different creatures, as you can see. They're from two different societies who are at war with each other. So them being together is literally illegal, and they do the one thing that would make them even more dangerous. They have a baby. And so this, from what I can gather from it, I haven't read it yet, is their journey fleeing from their people and taking their baby along and raising their child. So I'm hyped to get into this book next month. One of my goals for April, before I get into the next book, one of my goals for April is to collect and read more graphic novels and comic books, just to like widen my array of like what I like. I've been trapped in like Marvel and DC without completely like realizing that there are other genres out there. So I'm super excited about that. Last book that I got during the month of March is Paper Girls Volume 1, written by Brian K. Vaughan, who writes Saga, which I just showed you, and then illustrated by Cliff Chang, who illustrates Wonder Woman. I'm not certain which Wonder Woman. I don't know if that's the New 52 version or the Rebirth version. I don't know. But yeah, here is Paper Girls. So in the early hours after Halloween of 1988, four 12-year-old newspaper delivery girls uncover the most important story of all time. Suburban drama and supernatural mysteries collide in this smash hit series about nostalgia, first jobs, and the last days of childhood. I just found that was interesting. I kind of like that it's in 1988. I'm kind of like, oh wow, that's cool. I'm kind of wondering how that'll tie in. Yeah, it looks like it's in 1988. This is so interesting. I feel like, let me show you like what I just reacted to. It's like this entire like panel is this way in the book, as opposed to that way. It's this way. So yeah, I also think the cover is absolutely stunning. Like, I love like that sunset vibe behind them, and then they're in all blue, so I'm super excited for this. Thank you so much for watching this video. That is it in terms of my March book haul. If you have not watched my March book haul part 1, make sure you do that so you can see the tons of other books I bought during the month of March, as well as my bargain book haul, which came out a few days ago. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, share with all your friends, subscribe, and comment down below what graphic novels and comic books did you acquire during the month of March, and what are you looking forward to reading in the month of April. Check me out on all of my social media, as well as my blog, casualanxiety.com. All that information is down below in the description box, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!